Hello, future teachers of the United States. Today I am going to be talking about rejection. You applied for a teaching position in the US and you were rejected. This video is specifically going to be for teachers. Who am I? I'm an international teacher recruiter and I have helped hundreds of people move to the US. So I have seen what does work, what does not, the good, the bad, the ugly. I've seen it all and I'm here to give you advice to help you be more successful and prepared when you come to the US. And if it's your first year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years in the US, there's a lot of information on this channel to help you out. So without further ado, let's get started in this very important video. So before I get into the rest of the video, I just want to say that the only way you can guarantee you will be rejected from every single position that you apply for is if you quit, right? Then you're 100% sealing your fate. So please keep that in mind throughout the entire video. But I know what it's like when you have all these high hopes. You prepared for the interview. You did research on the school district. You maybe even know what specific school you're applying to. You did research for that. Maybe it's an in-person interview. They had a job fair. You've got on your best clothes. You look so professional. Maybe even it's through Zoom. You went to an internet cafe or you went to a library, a university to make sure your Wi-Fi was perfect. And then the interview happens. You think you nailed it. You thought you did a great job. And, you never hear back. So what happened? Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. If you don't hear back from a job, that means you didn't get the position. If they really want you, they will find a way to contact you. So if you don't hear from them, don't necessarily expect a formal rejection. That means you didn't get it. But what happened? It's crushing, right? Especially when you think to yourself, I've got it. I'm the best. Okay, well, let's be rational for a second. What really happened? Number one, they could have had someone who's already in the US apply for that position. Maybe it happened the next day after your interview. And it's not that they have anything, a prejudice towards international teachers. The reality of the situation is that it's much more expensive to hire an international teacher. So if I am a recruiter and I know that I can get someone who's already in the US and I don't have to pay these immigration fees and fees to an agency, I'm gonna go with a local hire. Two, maybe there were over 100 people that applied for that one position. The first time we ever had a job fair in Kenya, this is my recruitment company, we had over 700 people show up for a job fair and only 13 people got hired, 13, 16, 19, something like that. It was under 20. So you do the math on that. That means that there were so many great teachers that were there. Most people didn't even get an interview because there's no way we could interview all those people. So there's a lot of good teachers out there. It's just impossible that they would all get hired. What else could have happened? You maybe didn't have enough experience as somebody else. Maybe whoever was interviewing you wanted someone who had more experience in a particular grade level. There's a million reasons of why you couldn't have gotten the job, and sometimes it really has nothing to do with you. So what can you do going forward to ensure that you do eventually get a job in the US? So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that rejection doesn't mean something that it really doesn't. So in your head, it's really easy to think, oh, maybe I'm too old. Maybe my English wasn't good enough. Maybe they are prejudiced towards international teachers. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this. Maybe I'm not good enough. There's a million reasons you can make up in your own head that might not even be true, but our head starts to spin a story, right? Stop it. You cannot do that. You need to take that as a learning opportunity. Honestly, you were in a great position if you even did an interview with an American job recruiter, because a lot of people don't even get to that stage. So what can you learn from that experience? Go back and think, okay, what questions was I asked? How did I answer them? Is there something I could have said that made it better? Was it a certain way I said things? Was it my diction? Diction is the words that you use. Maybe you're using words that we don't really use in the US and it can be confusing for an American interviewer. think back of what questions you were asked, what your responses were, and how you can make it better. If you take that rejection as a learning experience, like I mentioned, and you either maybe they give you feedback, I will say honestly that is pretty uncommon. So I've had many people come to job fairs. We've had many people do interviews online, which is a much smaller kind of more intimate thing online, because at a job fair, these people who are interviewing, they're interviewing people all day long, whereas if it's online, it's probably only a few candidates for one position. But it's very rare to get feedback from a school district. Sometimes we get it though, about a particular candidate. So I had one recently about a guy who came to our boot camp, and we were doing job interviews in that boot camp, and a recruiter said that he would have hired a guy. He said he was doing fine, and he asked questions about professional development, but then he saw that candidate sit outside of the boot camp the rest of the day. He never went back in. So he thought to himself, oh, if you're asking me about professional development, but I see you not using the professional development that's available to you right now, then I know you're just telling me what I want to hear. So it is very rare that we get feedback like that, but sometimes you do get it, and you need to apply that to yourself. Like I mentioned, you can be your own feedback. Just go back and think about, what did they ask me? What can I say? How can I improve this? Don't undervalue your experience. You are an international teacher, which means that you have experiences that a lot of teachers in the US don't have, right? You had the ability and the privilege of teaching somewhere else. So don't think that that's not a skill. That's a huge skill, because there are people who are looking for teachers who can explain things in a different way to students. So don't beat yourself up if you get rejected. The worst thing, the absolute worst thing you could do is stop applying. And I see this so many times. People get rejected even once, and then they don't apply ever again, and they stop everything right there. That is crazy, because what if there were over 100 people for applying for that one position? Does that mean that 100 teachers that applied for that one position were all horrible teachers? No. It just means that one person had exactly what that specific recruiter was looking for. There are people I know that have been to 4 of our job fairs before they finally got an interview, they finally got the job the 4th time, and every time they were interviewed. So it all just depends. The worst thing you can do is give up. Don't let one rejection become your identity. And a quote I really like is, rejection is just redirection. So keep that in mind, keep your head up, keep applying. The world really rewards consistent action and resiliency. This is beyond teaching, this is anything in life. So yeah, I hope you found this video helpful and maybe even inspiring to you. If you have been rejected, please just take it as a learning opportunity and redirection. And share this video with someone if you think they need it, and I'll see you in the next one.